This is Josiah Plays Torment, Tides of Numenera. Alright, we're going through these side quests, and what we're gonna do is report back to Brusca right now, because we found both patrols. So hello, Brusca. Brusca tears her gaze away from the courtyard tunnel and glares at you. You need something? I don't have time to play the guide. I found two of your men alive in the old slave block and your patrol in Little Niliesh. They're alright.
I'm ready to learn something new.
So it was you. Brusca sizes you up anew. Yeah, you match their description. I'm in your debt, it appears. Take this. It's not much, but it's what I can give. 365 more shins. And 25 more XP. Thank you, Brusca. Guess with those headaches out of the way, I can focus on more important matters now. She adds under her breath. Important to some, anyway. You said you had other important matters to focus on. Well, it's not really your business. But then neither were my patrols, and I owe you that much. She shifts her weight and looks sidelong at the fortress door. The Memavira. You probably heard she doesn't leave the fortress anymore. Well, that's because of the way the Bloom has been acting lately. And I think I know what the Bloom's behavior means. The Memavira doesn't ever leave the fortress. Never. Not for months. She's afraid of the Bloom, of what it might do to her. She thinks the closing and shifting of Mars is a message. A warning. Imagine bumping 4,489 shins into the coffee table. The pain must be unreal. Yeah, son. Imagine that. The coffee table probably wouldn't be too happy about it either. Why won't the Memavira leave the fortress again? He's afraid of what the Bloom might do to her based on the way it's been acting. What does the Bloom's behavior mean? She lowers her voice. Do you know how the Memavira came to power? They say the Bloom helped her, that it turned against the old Memavira and destroyed him. I was a kid, just a green mercenary at the time, but I remember the way the Bloom changed. The old Memavira could, well, not control the Bloom. I don't think anyone can do that. But sort of coaxed the Bloom to do what he wanted. Then one day the Bloom just stopped responding. Mars closed or reopened in horrible places, and a few weeks later the old Memavira was gone. She juts her chin toward the gate. Memavira sees the similarities too, and doesn't want that to happen to her, so she's shutting the Bloom out. She doesn't know what to do. You said the old Memavira just disappeared. I know where the old Memavira is. I've met him. They say the Bloom ate him, but I think it's worse than that. Her voice drops to a whisper. I've seen him, late at night sometimes, or in the dark corners of the Bloom. An old ghost in rags and a long beard. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe he isn't really dead. He shudders. Either way, I don't want to know. What happened to the old Memavira again? Say he was eaten, but I think it's worse than that. I've seen his ghost roaming the Bloom, old and ragged with a long tangled beard. What does the Bloom's behavior mean again? Oh wait, no, I already know. Same kind of thing that happened just before the Memavira took power, when the old Memavira disappeared. I want to ask about something else. I guess that's it. Farewell. So that's another quest taken care of. I prevented one of Brusca's patrols from being massacred by mutants in Little Niliesh, and I rescued the survivors of the other patrol from the old slave block. Brusca was pleased and rewarded me for my help. And I'm gonna gain a thingy now. 3 stat pools or extra effort. I mean, my stat pools are already pretty fucking good. take extra effort.
I've learned something new.
Rand and Allegern are close to advancing again. Alright, hold on.
That's learning, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I want to talk to Dracogen really fast because he knew the person in the helmet. Are you still interested in exploring the bloom, my friend? Word has reached these humble ears of a new maw opening near the court of Garkoto in Little Niliesh. If it leads to the place I recall, which I thought long gone, it may contain devices of great value indeed. If I did not have pressing business here, I should explore it myself, but I forget myself. What can I help you with today? Brissila tells me the trade post is gone, devoured. His voice sharpens and his gaze is intense. You have agreed to my terms. You now tell me that you cannot fulfill your end of the bargain? I think not. You're resourceful. He frowns. I doubt the trade post is truly gone. You simply need to find another mall that will take you there. Alright, I'd like to ask a few more questions. Ask your questions, friend. I'll answer what I may. Estos. No. Nothing else.
Of course.
So we solved this whole situation. And let's turn in the quest for Kian now as well, since we dealt with the people that were picking on her. Kian raises her head in a businesslike manner, belied only by her surroundings. You've returned. I don't suppose you've learned anything new about Delny and Vrong. You know where I can find a maw, just randomly? Not here, she says quickly. They don't usually manifest so close to the edges of the bloom. You'd have to go deeper inside, beyond this courtyard. She gestured toward the far end of the chamber. I heard there was a maw in Little Niliesh, though I've never been there. Delny won't be bothering you anymore, and Vrong is gone. For good, I hope.
Ready to learn something?
I got a heat cup! And 80 shins. Well, she says, the doubt in her voice clear. I certainly hope you're right. Regardless, you've done more than I ever could, and you have my gratitude. She produces a pouch from her pocket. Please, accept this in thanks. If Vrong is truly gone, I can afford a little excess. Also, you may feel free to sleep here anytime, no charge. Farewell. So, now we are loaded with loots. We got ourselves a heat cup. This cup appears to have been roughly carved in one piece from a graphite material. It leaves a black residue on your fingers anytime you touch it. Certain, but not all, liquids poured into this cup will be heated to a boiling point immediately. There's no apparent pattern in what liquids it will or will not heat up, but it seems to activate specifically with synthetic liquids. That is really cool. That would be handy IRL. I'm about to have so much money, I don't even know what to do with it all. Oh, here we go. She's fucking 8 experience away again. Game likes to play this fucking game with me. Hold on. I think he needs more intellect edge, right? I think he needs more intellect edge.
Good choice.
Oh, we're getting through these side quests now. I broke the psychic bond that Vrong had placed on Delny, and he fled in fear. I don't think either of them will be any further threat to Kian. As a reward, Kian said that I can sleep in her tent anytime free of charge. Oh, really? Bow chicka bow wow. Sleep in her tent anytime. Hello. No, I don't think it means that. I gotta enter that maw. I gotta find another maw. Actually, these two quests are now the same. Because this maw, going to their anchorage, is this maw in Little Niliesh. So these two quests are now, you know, like, converged, conjoined, merged, whatever. This too, actually. The Helmet to its owner's people, they're also in the anchorage. So these three quests are all involved doing the same thing. And we don't know where Aveen is, though. I guess I have to go to Little Niliesh with Tabir in the party. I guess that's what has to happen. Maw that leads to the trade post. And devoured by the bloom. This maw is probably the one in Kyurgeon Slump. Probably. Probably. So, it is shopping time, folks. It is so much shopping time. You know, if I'm gonna get rid of Ren, I might as well just do it. Bite the bullet. Get rid of Ren. No, I'm gonna keep her with me through as much of this side content as I can. Skady. Amavira's Fortress. Alright, Skady, what do you have that I want? Skady smiles warmly as you approach. Hello again, my friend. What can I do for you? Let me see what you have for sale. Alright, what do we have for sale? Alright, we now have 6,100 shins. So before, when I was super poor and all this stuff seemed way too expensive, now I can just buy anything I fucking want, basically. Alright, here's a bunch of stuff I've sold to her. Talisman of the Gentle Hierophant. No. Clockwork Strut. I don't really think anybody in my party needs that all that badly. I don't want to buy any more ciphers right now because I'm already fucking overloaded on ciphers if I get rid of Ren. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Not from her. Let's go back to Ioxu.
Yes, now.
Who am I going to replace Ren with is the question. I guess Tabir. We'll pull Tabir back into the party a little bit.
Learning begets doing. Or is it the other way?
Alright, we're going to talk to Ioxu and see if he says anything about this transdimensional scalpel. I kind of don't think he will, but we'll see. And we might buy some stuff from him, because I remember him having some good stuff. What is up, Ioxu? Oh no, the Ioxu voice. Hey, David, how's it going? The artist, the writer, is there anything this man cannot do? And he streams it all live on Twitch. for the masses to see and be amazed by. What's up, man? How you doing? Varjellen's manner is noticeably deferential. You return. What is your pleasure? See, I can't say anything to him about the scalpel, unfortunately. I have need of your wares. He swallows and bobs his head submissively. What I have is this. Fucking Varjellen with his crazy voice. Alright, concentrated spray flesh. This is getting bought right the fuck now. Tropic engine, no. Cloak of faces. No. Heretic's Fork, no. Ecstasy Paralyzer. I still like the idea of buying this. Plus 2 damage per effort apply, max plus 10. Does mental damage. On hit, confer dazed. That's incredible, actually. We're buying it. Baton driver. Fluid armature. That fluid armature is nice. But who would wear it? Maybe he would? Maybe I would? No, I think we're good for now. So what's going on with you, David? So I think I'm going to use this Ecstasy Paralyzer instead of the Whispers Dagger. But I'm not going to get rid of the Whispers because... Ecstasy Paralyzer. I will kill you with pleasure. Makes sense. I'm just gonna sell these scriptures at the great. Actually, I don't need to. I'm loaded with money right now. I don't need to sell anything at the moment. Okay, and I'm gonna use. She's not gonna use the bug though. She needs to give the bug. Who needs the concentration? No, I guess I just guess Matt Kina is the only one at this point. Because we've both gotten all of our concentration. Alright, give the bug to Matt Kina. She should be permanently with the concentration, yeah. Let's switch these two. So the only one she's taking the penalty on is the training level in ranged weapons, which she doesn't care about. You're good? Just tuning in for a bit while you write before bed? Nice. How's things with you? Oh, not bad actually. Pretty decent, pretty solid. At the moment.
I'm ready.
Just playing this Torment game. Really good. It's really good. Really strange. But in a very good way.
Sure.
Wait, can I ask the spec about the Lascar that had the helmet? Again, I don't really think so, but it would be nice. No. Same thing as before.
On my way.
Oh, Cody's here now with the Sundermans. What's up, Cody? This guy was a slave and I bought him and set him free and got him a job here with these leather workers. Well, bloom flesh workers. Cody works diligently at Sunderman's bench. He's not quite as in step with the merchant as the younger Sunderman is. He misunderstands things and bumps into them on occasion, but the items he strings together are of at least the same quality, if not better. Hey! He looks up with a light in his eyes. Rin's face brightens. You look like you're actually happy. He smiles shyly. Listen, I'm really grateful for what you've done for me, so I'm working on something on the side. Come back again sometime and I'll give it to you when I'm finished. Oh. You're playing a bit of Risen, listening to the grating voice of the fire. You're talking about me? You mean gentle voice? Oh yeah, my voice is nothing that you want to listen to. That's, I don't even know how people can stand to watch this stream, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't watch my stream. So you like your new job? Didn't think I would, but I do. Mr. Sunderman even thinks I could start my own stand when I'm older. Farther away, of course. Glances warily at the elder Sunderman. He leans in closer. Something weird about these two, though. Have you noticed they're almost exactly alike? Not like family, I mean. Exactly. The Sundermans are actually the same person. The younger one will fall into the past one day and then return here to establish the shop. You know, like people do. You mean? Cody looks back and forth between the Sundermans, his eyes growing wider with each turn of his neck. Suddenly he stops and holds his head in his hands. I don't know what you mean. My head hurts. Tell me how you like the job again. Better than I thought it would be. Might even be able to start my own shop someday. How are you? You know, with the guilt. It's alright. I admit, some nights I'm afraid to sleep because of the nightmares. You notice some of the old sobriety in his eyes. But, you know, the work keeps me busy, so I don't think about it as much. And making things, sometimes serving people, it feels like I'm a bit cleaner in a way. Not that I've paid for what I did, or ever will, but like, maybe it doesn't matter as much as I felt it did. Glad to see you well. Take care, Cody. As you turn to leave, Rin grabs your hand. I'm really glad you found this for him. Thank you. Be a dick for no reason. I'm glad too. Thank you for pushing me toward it. I'm back to all gold, apparently. Rin blushes and pulls away, but not before giving your hand a small squeeze. Alright. Rin is happy about this. Does she have anything new to say if we, Okay, same thing as before. What about Makina?
Ask your questions.
Same thing as before. What about Alagern? Same thing as before. Alright, what about you, Sundermans? Same as before. What about you, Sunderman the Elder? This is the guy that actually runs the shop. Back for more, I see. Who could blame you? All our products are crafted from the most unique bloom flesh we can find. Let me see your wares. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do? No, I'm not gonna sell that, actually, I lied. I'm not gonna sell anything. I have plenty of money. I have plenty of money. What do I want is the question. What do I want? Here, a buzzer. This is all a bunch of stuff I sold them. +1 speed edge is a damn good artifact. Damn good artifact. What are her artifacts right now? I really like the artifact she's using, though. The metabolism flesh bud. It like bites you and like mangles all up on your fucking skin. And then gives you, you know, benefits. It's kind of weird. Blood globe. Demoralization grenade. A balloon bone shard. Oh, do I want this for her? Oh, this is kind of better than the scalpel. Maybe I should get this for her. Alright, let's get the Bloom Bone Shard. And the Metabolism Flesh Bud. See, now I end up having way more money than I need. Can I use this? And she's gonna use this instead of this. She's gonna use this instead of that. I'm gonna hold on to these things. Alright.
All right.
Then the only other person we wanted to go shopping at was Sheen. While we're there, we'll give the
Trust and honesty.
we'll
are
give
our
the
bonds.
banner back to Artaglio. Let's see what Boris has to say, since we gave him that money. He sketches a front. Ah, wait. We've read this before. All of this. There's nothing else to talk to him
Of course
about.
we can help. Right, Al?
Alright, what does she have that we want? +1 speed edge until next sleep is pretty beautiful. I don't think we really need the Essence of the Severed Tongue. We're already like super good at all of those things. Oh, Essence of Knowledge. Let's get that. Let's get that. Feels like I barely spent any of my money. Fuck it, we'll take this. And this, I don't even care.
These ciphers are killing me.
Just spending money like a crazy person. Alright, we now have Cipher Sickness. I'm gonna use this thing.
There we go.
She's got that going. We're gonna use this thing. And we're gonna go with more... I'm not sure. More mystical lore, I guess. And then... we're gonna use this thing.
Just what I needed.
That'll be active for 3 sleeps, which is pretty cool. And then we're gonna give this to her.
Ready for whatever comes.
Now she's got a speed edge for the moment of 6, which is freaking ridiculous. Alright, I think we're good for now. We bought a bunch of cool ciphers, we used them. We still have a lot of money left over. Fred, come to bed! How you doing, Fred? Good to see you. Alright, so let's go talk to our Taglio and give him back his company's standard. You again! He takes a swallow of his vile-smelling drink. I think you're missing something. Conversations around the slump die down. Artaglio's soldiers look at you, at each other, at their commander, and at the standard that Artaglio takes from you and unfurls. He unfolds it reverently, momentarily taking his eyes from the maw. The standard is stained from the Murden's trash heap, bloody and torn, but he holds it as if it were an infant. His face and voice lose their ironic, cynical edge. I am in your debt, cast off. I am. Name your price. I accept coin. I want him to face the maw. No, I don't want him to face the maw. I need no repayment. He sighs. You're one of those, are you? Shiny sin-steel armor, nobility dripping from every orifice. The work is its own reward type. Let me give you some free advice. When someone offers you repayment for a dangerous task, accept. Self-satisfaction doesn't spend. Takes another swig from his mug. Yeah, but I already have plenty of money. Alright, so I can reconsider and change my mind. Farewell. You're welcome here any time, Kastov. Okay. Let's mess with this maw. I know that it will eat me because I've got the essence of Artaglio. What if, for science, I feed myself to this maw? What? Look at this! Son, are you seeing this? You can do something with the transdimensional scalpel here. Oh, this would be so cool if this is an alternate way to open the maw without feeding anybody to anything. This game just keeps on delivering with cool little alternate ways to do things that you weren't expecting. I still want to find out what happens for science when I feed myself to it, though. Let's drink Artaglio's essence. You uncork the bottle of thin yellow gruel. The smell that rises is vile beyond description, like rotting meat mixed with acid, rank with fear. But underneath that fear is a bolder, earthier smell, and you focus on that rather than the sharp scent. It makes the draft go down easier, though you still gag as it clings to your throat. The aftertaste is surprisingly not horrible. In fact, it's almost palatable. Actually, the aftertaste is becoming quite pleasant. Bold, spicy, large. Your limbs tremble for a moment as a bout of fear shakes through you, adrenaline shorting your limbic system into a purely instinctive fight or flight. But that rush disappears, leaving behind a pleasant glow. Your head clouds, your vision tightens, a pressure building behind your eyes. Not a painful pressure, but a feeling like you're about to cry, or laugh harder than you've ever laughed before. No, it's laughter. You can feel laughter welling within you. You snort as you consider what this means for Artaglio's legacy, deemed by most a coward, dressing himself in the face of a brave man, but underneath is a man whose greatest pleasure is in his friends and in doing great deeds for them. You suddenly understand that his fear is not for himself, but the idea that he can't protect his cohort. So he is a good guy. I'm glad we didn't feed him to the maw then. Artaglio's memories burn themselves into your consciousness, and you're not quite sure where his end and yours begin. You feel his mind and feelings jostling for space in your mind. The bloom tongues, which had been ignoring you until now, suddenly orient themselves in your direction. Offering myself to the bloom tongues. Let's see what happens. Even before you step into the tongue's embrace, they are reaching towards you like the arms of a lover, eager to receive you. In the next moment, they're all around you, stroking your arms and your head, passing through your flesh, and igniting a prickly, hot-cold sensation across your skull. Memories begin to rise into your consciousness, but they're not your memories. They belong to Artaglio. You see yourself leaping from the top of a gleaming metal cliff into a clear blue sea, while a sound like wailing voices echoes in your ears. You charge down a tunnel, screaming like a madman and brandishing a broken sword, slashing at slimy heads that emerge from all around you, and in spite of the danger, you're happy, because you've got 30 shouting friends at your back, and you've never felt so alive. Cling to the back of a winged creature behind its laughing female rider, and as she looks back at you, you're not sure if she's about to cut the cord that keeps you from falling off. I'll remain amongst the tongues. A wild grin spreads across your face. The part of you that is Artaglio is enjoying these memories. Like everything else you faced in your life, the tongues are nothing to fear. Why had you been so afraid? You're standing at attention in a dismal place, pounded into a dead gray muck by countless detonations and trooping feet. It stretches as far as your eyes can see. Your comrades are covered in the same gray muck. The life has gone out of them, and you know that you brought them to this, for nothing more than the promise of shins. Now we're getting to his guilt. The bloom tongues tighten their grip on your skull, becoming more solid, cracking your bones and tearing through the flesh of your scalp. Okay, that hurts. Good thing I'm basically immortal, right? More tendrils burst from the floor and grab hold of your legs. The part of you that is Artaglio begins to scream, and the sound comes out of your own mouth. All around you, the voices of the bloom grow louder, closer, burning in your ears, drowning out your thoughts. And you fall into darkness. Alright, game over. Good times. Well, I had fun with it. Wait, I guess it's not over.
Can't die.
Oh, it killed me. It killed me and sent me back to the labyrinth. Well, I don't want that right now because I will lose all my buffs and stuff, which I'm not trying to do. But that was for science anyway. That was for science. Lose all my buffs. Not cool. It was for science. Oh, hey, here's all the ghosts from the train. No, but we're just gonna back that the fuck off. F9ing that. Alright, let's see what happens if I, use the scalpel on it. Cut open the maw with the transdimensional scalpel. Well, we could drink our Taglio's essence first. And then cut open the maw with the transdimensional scalpel. As you brandish the scalpel, Matkina lays her hand across yours. Wait, I've never heard of someone who hurt the bloom casually. Even a cast-off has reason to fear. Are you sure about this? Yes. She opens her mouth to reply and then removes her hand. She shrugs. Your show. You drive the scalpel into the maw's knotted flesh, and it yields like quivering blubber. Encouraged, you begin slashing through flesh and gristle. The bloom emits a hissing, seething roar, and a wave of almost palpable hatred passes over you. The ground shakes, and the maw opens. Alright, now we've done pissed the bloom off, but we have the maw to the trade post open now. Do we want to do that right now? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say we're just gonna wait on the trade post situation. We'll come back and do this, you know, later when we need to. So what do we need to do first? We need to get to Beer and bring him to find Alvine.
Done.
I think I'll go ahead and do that right now.
I'm ready.
Let's move on to the next
Let's
map to
go.
get rid of that terrible sound. The terrible, terrible sound of terribleness from Terrible Town. I don't think Terrible Town is a place. It is. I've been there. It's in Wyoming. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kick out Allegern temporarily. Goodbye, Allegern. And then we're gonna grab Tibir with using the bronze sphere. Sphere. Get in the team, brah. Sure, lass. Let me find my trousers, and I'll be right there. A soft pop. Tibir appears beside you. Put the orb away. Alright, now we've got him in the team.
Alright, Rin, you can do this.
And we're gonna go back to little Niliesh. Hey Devin, how's it going?
Go.
Let's go all. You and me.
Well, now how do we find Alvine?
Gladly.
We're just gonna run around in here and hope that Tibir says something like, hey, this looks like an Alvine coming into place. We might have to ask around.
Of course.
I'm going.
Coming.
Don't know if any of these people actually know where Alvine is. He's He's not the one.
Why not?
What if I talk to Tabir now that we're here?
Yes, lass.
Where do you think Alvine is now?
I'll remember that.
Somewhere in this place, he says, staring around little Niliesh with a hint of desperation. Visibly steeling himself, he touches the ring with his opposing hand. Old pain, he gasps. Digging in stinking trash. Hunger. He jerks his hand away as though burned. Something's wrong. He feels different. Oh, is the old man with the trash Avine? Can't you tell me anything about what happened between you and Avine? Not important now, he grunts. Let's focus on finding him. Continue on. Oh no. Don't tell me that Crimper is Avine. Or maybe just Crimper knows where Avine is or something. We're gonna see.
Glad to see you, child. Always a pleasure. May the heaps yield their best treasures to you.
Have you seen a ring like my friend is wearing? Blinking, mouth working silently, Tabir proffers his hand, clearly at a loss.
Yeah,
Crimper says, glancing at Tabir's ring. He rummages within his filthy rags.
I have one just like it.
He holds it up, pinched between two claws. It's absolutely identical.
A tall man dropped it in a pile of butcher's leavings a few weeks back.
Chuckles, eclipsing Tabir's pained sigh.
Brushed his hands off like he'd handled something awful.
The filthy man mimes the motion, rubbing his hands fretfully on his greasy clothing, then cackles. That's it, Tabir says heavily. He got tired of looking for me and dumped the ring with our friend here. He offers you an unconvincing grin. It's better this way. I'm glad he's clear of this place. Glad he's gone.
Making a note.
Gone?
Crimper says, puzzled.
He's not gone. I saw him this morning, waiting his turn at the shrine of Great Chila.
The old man looks between the two of you pointedly, clutching his treasures close to his narrow chest.
Maybe he's still there.
Let's go find him, Tabir. All right, Tabir says, massaging his hand. Whenever you're ready, lass. Doesn't matter if he spits in my face and storms off. At least I'll know I tried. He glances over at Avine's lost ring, and the old man tucks it protectively back into his rags with a suspicious scowl. Tabir's mouth quirks, but he leaves the scavenger to his treasure. Farewell.
Yeah. Farewell to you too.
Yes, lass.
Alright, let's go. Alright, back to the Shrine of Chila then. The Shrine of Chila. Maybe Spec has seen Avine and knows where he is. I didn't realize this before, but now I do. The Shrine of Chila is literally inside the head of the statue of Chila.
Ready.
Yeah, the Viking guy is cool. The Berzimian or whatever, is that the guy you're talking about?
On it.
The one with the helmet? You just had a much needed nap and then ate some dinner? Sounds awesome. Napping and eating are two of my very favorite things. Okay. Hagman. We still haven't had any...
Making a note.
Oh, is this him? Ragman is Avine? Jagged antlers twist from this blue-skinned mutant's temples. Permanent creases shape his face, revealing a history of scowls and grimaces. His glance slices past you to Tabir, and then to the ring on Tabir's hand. He tenses. I had a feeling you were coming for me sooner or later, he says, lips twisting. I never should have put that ring on. His twisted hand creeps toward a crude dagger on his belt. Bullying a little girl wasn't enough for you, yeah? You want to finish the work your friend started? Wait, what's he talking about? Tabir looks at his hand, then to you, confused. You turn your attention back to the mutant. Keep your hand off that dagger if you like your guts where they are. We didn't bully anyone. You? He says, his hand freezing. No, not you, but your tall friend did, and I know a dozen dead-eyed killers who wouldn't have done the same. Spits on the ground. But maybe you didn't know what he did. Maybe you're just here to clean up. It's like this. Kelsey has these headaches like I did at her age. The only thing that helped her sleep was that singing wall. He looks between your blank faces and his brow furrows. Something buried in it. Sounded like voices humming together. His expression darkens. A few weeks back, your man came in, put her to the side, knocked a hole in the wall, and took the thing out. He scowls. She begged him to leave it. He ignored her and took her singing wall anyway. Took her singing wall away. No, Beer snarls, turning on the mutant. You're lying. Alvine wouldn't do that. Confusion flashes across the mutant's face. I'm gonna let Tabir speak. He's a good man, Tabir continues, baring his teeth. Better than this world deserves. So you're going to tell me the truth, and tell me now. I ain't lying. I used to have a friend. I mean, he still exists, and he's still my friend. I just haven't seen him in a long, long time. He doesn't live where I live. But I used to live with him for a time. His name was Chris, but everybody called him Crike, and don't ask me why. It was just one of those things, like ever since his childhood. But he used to say that shit all the time. It was like part of his standard repertoire of everyday phrases. I ain't lying. He'd always be like, I ain't lying. And then I just see the phrase, I ain't lying, and it just always reminds me of him. Because we used to make fun of him for it. You know, we'd always, like, try to, like, everybody else that knew him, we'd, like, make fun of him and like, impersonate him and shit. I ain't lying. So, that's funny for me. After I came home and found Kelsey weeping, I went after your man. Brought him alone, and maybe he saw my daughter in me, because he told me he was sorry, and he took our music away because he was doing dirty work to help a friend. He eyes Tabir. Not that that excuses anything, but he might have been telling the truth. After I put the ring on, I heard laughing. That's why I dropped it. Couldn't stand the feel of that voice in my head. And he, what? Gave you the ring as compensation? Beer says, hands balled into fists. The mutant blinks. No. I took it off his hand before I dumped the body. He says, oh shit. He killed Avine? This fucking moosehead blue man group motherfucker killed Avine. Oh, Tabir is gonna fuck that shit up. I'm not gonna put out a hand to stop him. Do your thing, Tabir. Go nuts. Snarling, Tabir pushes past you. You killed him! He screams, murder in his eyes. You worthless sack of meat! The man's a father. Yeah. Avine, you told me about wouldn't want you to hurt him. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I feel like with this good person that my character is, always trying to resolve things non-violently and help people out, I feel like I'm supposed to say number 1, right? Oh, Aveen wouldn't want you to hurt him. Don't hurt him, Tabir. But honestly, fuck this guy. He killed Tabir's, like, one and only love, basically. Well, okay. Not his only love, as we know. But, still, it was like... I feel like Aveen was the love of Tabir's life, and... this guy fucking killed him and stole his ring, like, coldly. I'm not sure what to do here. Blue Man Group Moose Hat motherfucker. That's right, Devin. Dude's got a blue bald head. I mean, I'm not zoomed in. You can't see him. And he's got moose horns. Fuck it. Let Tavir take his revenge. Ragman stumbles, falls, and raises his hands to plead for his life. Tabir reaches past him and snaps the mutant's neck. Okay, whoever the writers of this game are really fixated on the idea of people snapping each other's necks. There's a lot of neck snapping that happens in dialogue in this game. I snapped one of the slavers' necks way back in Sega's Cliffs. Then somebody got their neck snapped, I think, in one of the memories that we were having. Right? I don't remember who it was that snapped whose neck. It was some woman that we were having a memory of or something. Who snapped somebody's neck. Now Tabir's just casually snapping this dude's neck. I don't know that these writers are aware of this, but snapping someone's neck is not that fucking easy. I mean, in this world, apparently, anybody can just grab somebody and snap their neck anytime they want. Just, oh yeah, neck? No problem. Bah! Snapped. Alright. Fuck 'em. There. Tabir pants, fingers flexing. Now, let's go have words with Dracogen. Words indeed. Tabir just snapped a neck. Aveen, Tabir's former lover, is dead. Tabir wants to find out what Dracogen knew about this. Can I loot the Moose Man?
Alright.
I wonder if the spec's gonna say anything about the fact that we just walked into her shrine and murdered someone casually. If she's got a problem with it, Tabir will snap her neck too. Or I will. Somebody will. Neck will get snapped. We don't even give a fuck. We just snap necks. We're the neck snapping crew. Yeah, no, she doesn't care. Maybe she just doesn't know. She's hard of hearing. She'll discover his body laying up there later.
Yes.
Easier to snap a neck if you have moose horns to hold on to. Ah, those moose horns are a liability, buddy. Those are a neck snapper's dream come true.
Honesty are our bonds.
As soon as I saw that guy with his horns, I immediately thought, he's gonna get his neck snapped. You know, out of curiosity. Just curiosity. I want to talk to Gristler again really fast. I can ask him about the scalpel. Gristler nods as you approach, smiling lopsidedly. Yep, I'm still here. Something you need? Have you ever seen a weapon like this? Gristler's eyes widen when he spies the scalpel and he waves it away. Get rid of it, he hisses. Can't you hear how much she hates it? He holds his hands to his ears as if in pain. You don't actually hear anything, but you assume he must be referring to the voices of the Bloom. Or he's completely insane. I've heard of a weapon like that, Gristler whispers, eyes still locked on the scalpel. Stories, mostly. It's been around the Bloom for a long time. That knife can cut open her maws if you fix it up right. She don't like it. She's no friend to the one who wields it. Nice. Farewell. You ever need advice about the... Hold on, I want to go...
I'm ready.
I want to go check in with Ioxu again really fast, one last time, to see if he'll tell me anything about this knife. Now that I've had that conversation with Gristler, I may have a conversation opened up with Ioxu about the knife. Or, you know, not. It's fine.
Going.
Need to end this episode, I know that much. If you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere because I am not done playing. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Torment, Tides of Numenera.